Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
Since we last talked, 90 seconds, 2 minutes ago.
I think I'm okay. I don't know.
Nothing really changed?
I don't think so.
Walking down the hall?
How are y'all? How are you?
That's the real question. How
Yeah.
are you guys? How's things?
How your mom and them?
How your mom and them?
Yeah.
Look, your mom and them are sweating. And I don't know them
Aren't we
personally,
all?
but everybody is. Look at this. I mean, that's just, is there clouds? I guess there's some clouds out there, but this thing is just up and early and ready to go.
Another day of it,
Yeah.
right? How about we check in with Dr. Steve to see, are we under another heat warning, heat advisories, excessive heat warning? Steve, what's the word today?
Yeah, all that, Liz. Kind of depends on where you are today. So in the orange on this map behind me, heat advisory, that includes Baton Rouge, East Baton Rouge Parish, and we still have excessive heat warnings here in pink for much of the area. Splitting hairs here. Still going to be very hot and humid today, even though we do have some at least subtle changes on the way. And there you see it, that bright sunshine that's over the capital city right now. Just a few clouds showing up. 82 in Baton Rouge, the same in Gonzales. Temperatures anywhere from the mid 70s to low 80s right now. Heat index numbers for some of us already in the 90s this morning. I've got actual temperatures into the mid 90s at noon, mainly dry through the morning, not shown on this graphic, but a high 101 today. Today's record 98 in Baton Rouge, so we should easily break that. And your rain chances only running about 10 to 20% near and north of the interstates, a little bit higher than that south of I-10. Let's give you a look here on Futurecast, the graph model. We've got a weak cold front approaching from the northwest. Here we are at noon, starting to move into areas just northwest of Baton Rouge, largely dry through lunchtime. Into the afternoon now, 4 o'clock, we start to get a few showers and storms showing up, especially south of the interstates, and on into the evening, 7 o'clock, still a few showers and storms showing up south of I-10, but as we get into the overnight, the front should make its way down towards the coast, and for most of us, drier air starts to filter on in. So the primary impact from this front, not going to do a whole lot for our temperatures, but it will knock humidity down in a noticeable fashion. Today's heat index is going to be similar to recent days, peaking above 110, I think, for many of us. But tomorrow's high temperatures forecast at 97. Tomorrow's peak heat index forecast around 97. So that tells you that the humidity should be down a good bit tomorrow. Heat index Thursday peaking near maybe a little bit above 100. Still not bad. By the weekend, though, those heat index numbers start to rebound, so you get the idea this break from the humidity is going to be relatively brief. We sure could use the rain, though. We'll enjoy the drier air in terms of how it feels outside, but not so much in terms of what it means for rain chances. It's going to keep our rain chances minimal. In fact, the 7-day outlook still not showing much rain for most of us. A little better rain, some higher amounts showing up closer to the coast, potentially tied to a tropical wave next week. Still some uncertainty on that, but inland locations shown to not get much at all over the next 7 days. That's bad news because we're in a deepening drought. All right, so I mentioned a tropical wave. Let's update you on the tropics here quickly. Still nothing to worry about in the Gulf of Mexico. A little flare up in the Caribbean, kind of tied into an upper low moving into Central America. Out in the deep tropics, the Atlantic, one tropical wave west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands, and you can see a strong wave about to emerge from Africa. So the first wave is given only about a 10% chance of development. I think it's some energy from this that eventually makes its way into the Gulf next week. Maybe gives us an uptick in rain chances. We'll keep an eye on it. The system behind it giving a 30% chance of development. Right now, that one looks to move a little more west-northwest. So at least some signs of life out there in the deep tropics. Not that we want it, but that's pretty typical here in mid-August. Start to see a little more activity out over the eastern Atlantic. Back here at home, though, today, isolated showers and storms, 101 for a high. You'll notice the drop in humidity tonight into tomorrow. 75 for low tomorrow. Not not quite as warm. 97 for a high. That's a slight drop in the high, but humidity will be down. 72 Thursday morning, not bad at all relative to where we've been most of the summer, but Thursday's high back up around 100. And by the time we get to the weekend, the heat continues with triple digits on the board, but humidity on the way back up. Probably going to be back in heat advisories, heat warnings. Not much rain through Sunday. I've got a little uptick in rain chances early next week. A lot's going to depend, though, on that tropical wave. 7:07 with an update on the roads. Here's Johnny Asian.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody. Kind of glancing at our map from a big overview. We kind of zoom in a little bit on some of these areas of a little bit more traffic. Here's the Jefferson Highway. There's right there is Parkview Baptist. So airline at Jefferson, little traffic there. Airline at Stumberg, a little traffic in that area. We move up to the interstate, I-12 right near the Sherwood Forest area, and go out toward Denham Springs, where we're definitely seeing more traffic from Juban all the way into the Amite River Bridge, and then it thins out some past that. You can see Florida Boulevard and Old Hammond Highway 2 busy as well, and then from the 1012 to right past, almost past Acadian, almost to Acadian. And then look at the south and the north and southbound traffic on Lee Drive. Of course, Liberty Magnet High School right in that area, a lot of times creating some of that traffic in our morning rush hour on Lee. Here's I-12 Millerville looking back toward Denham Springs. This is I-12 right near the Sherwood Forest Boulevard area. And your next exit past that on I-12 West would be Airline Highway. And then the bridge traffic is also moving well this morning. Starting to see just a little slowdown coming into Baton Rouge at the 10-110 merge. But all in all, normal morning rush hour during school days. 7:09, you have asked for it, and we are happy to deliver it to you. Our news and headlines in a capsule format every morning at 7 o'clock right before you leave the house. We do it from Studio B, and unfortunately, the news is not always good headlines. Let's go to Liz and Matt.
Johnny, that's exactly right. We're keeping our eyes on Maui as the wildfire death toll now at 99 people. The governor there, Josh Green, says that he expects that number to double in the coming days. And
when you hear that, I mean, that's just a horrible reality of what the possibilities. And then you hear about the folks that there's still better than 1,000 unaccounted for as well. So that tells you the reality right there. So it's hard to take in, but there are ways that we can help. And we can all do so in different ways. Wherever you find ways to help, do that. But Gray Media, the parent company of WAFB, is teaming up with the Salvation Army to make it easy.
Hope for Hawaii is the name of this donation drive. All you need to do, go to this website or scan this QR code. Right. Really easy to make a donation, whether it's 1, 5, 10, 25, whatever donation you're able to make. You can just text fire relief with this one word to 51555. Remember, Salvation Army, those volunteers are already on the ground distributing supplies. So don't think about, okay, who's going to be there in the coming days. They are already on the ground providing hot meals, whatever those people need. So if you want to make a donation, please contribute whatever you can right now.
Great way to do it right there. Other national headlines going on right now. This is grabbing the headlines from coast to coast. A fourth indictment for the former president. It's not just him being charged here either. 18
other co-defendants in a 98-page document charged from the Fulton County DA's office. Again, this big news coming out last night here. Trump's fourth indictment here for the 2020 election, where he asked the Georgia Secretary of State to happen to find about 12,000 votes. So if you'd like to read more on this story, it's waiting for you right now on the 9 News app.
All right, so let's get you back into the state. And well, this is kind of a big deal, to say the very least. A state of emergency declared by the governor. Extreme heat. We've been in this pattern for a while now, and now he believes it's severe enough to become a state of emergency.
What does that mean? Well, it frees up resources to help us get more help. Right now, hospital beds being taken up from heat stroke, heat exhaustion victims, and Mississippi river levels are low as well. So if we need resources, this is going to help our state get that faster. So again, this going into effect Monday. State's still under a statewide burn ban too. A lot of things to consider here when it comes to heat.
Truly a lot of things. Putting this into a lot of living rooms, hopefully. A couple of missing persons cases that we want to make sure that you have your eyes on. We're going to start right here at first. This is Baton Rouge, and BRPD is hoping that you can help find, and you're seeing both missing men right there on that video. This is Jeffrey Joseph Leon. He's 53 from New Iberia.
Last seen downtown Baton Rouge last Friday at a club, the Basin Music Hall. He's gone missing in Baton Rouge. On an unrelated case, another missing man here, Randy Klein, out of Livingston Parish, last seen in the Albany area. We're showing you two different pictures here of the same man because we're not sure exactly what he may be looking like right now, so just keep an eye out.
And they're saying that Randy on the right here has a brain injury, as mentioned, and might be a bit disoriented depending on how you find them. Make the phone calls to Crime Stoppers, to 911, the individual departments looking for them. Let's see if we can't get them back to family. Okay, from that to this, we are less than a week into the school year for a lot of kids, and already a packed school board meeting in East Baton Rouge Parish.
150 bus drivers they're short of.
Right.
100 buses are either malfunctioning or have no AC. Now the school board says that they knew this was an issue, they just didn't know that it was this bad. They have until Thursday to come up with some kind of game plan with Dr. Cito Narcisse to figure out how are we getting our kids to school on time and safely.
So you got to know that this coming Thursday, that regularly scheduled meeting is going to be very packed as well, because this one was already packed. We'll keep you updated. Want to keep you in the know here. You got a boil advisory issued for parts of Livingston Parish. This is a Walker, part of Walker.
Specifically Ward 2 Water District.
Exactly.
So if you're trying to think, I'm not sure if that falls under me.
Right.
We've got the details in there, but we also have the website for you to check to see whether your home, your area, neighborhood is actually covered under this boil water advisory. Something
else going on today that you may want to be a part of. We talk about, you know, like phoning in dollars to help Maui, that kind, or just wherever you might be. Don't get scammed while you're trying to do this. AARP with some good advice.
You don't have to be a senior citizen to participate. If
Correct.
you want to find out some of these tips, we have a phone number for you to dial into. It's a cell phone town hall, 855-962-1521. You can also join on the Facebook page there. AARP Louisiana. Don't fall for these scams, because this is a prime time for scammers to weigh in on people who have heavy hearts for people suffering in Maui or whatever the natural disaster may be. So please be aware, learn some tips today.
All right, speaking of today, it is another back to school. It's a move-in day for Southern University. The Jags getting back at it. Our Kelly Hubbard was live up there. I'm curious, guys, do you remember your back to school adventure? I mean, I had to hitch up the horse at a certain post before I could get in there. Well, y'all remember your back to school adventures?
You know, I don't know. Mine wasn't terribly exciting. You remember anything?
No, Brother Martin, we just kind of, you know.
Oh, here we go again.
There we go. Here we go.
We just showed up.
Passing through the same halls, Johnny? Yeah.
Telling the same jokes?
Yes.
No, never mind.
Johnny, what's the mascot? What's Brother Martin's mascot?
The Titans.
Don't say Jesus. Don't say Jesus.
Maybe it's time to revisit the old stomping grounds.
I'm leaving.
We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.